And we're live.
We're here.
Here we are. Okay, welcome to Canucks Uncensored podcast. Live tonight, March 30th, 2024. Thanks everyone for joining, and your number one destination for honest, candid, unfiltered, non-mainstream, and of course, uncensored commentary about your Vancouver Canucks. Well, we thought we'd do a stream today before. Let's try not to look here. Okay. Thought we'd try to do a stream after today's game, after today's disappointing loss. It's been a disappointing week, to say the least.
Oh man, my energy, my mood is so down because of these losses. But this is the life of a Canuck fan, and we chose it.
Certainly chose this life. Yes, we had such high hopes. We had such high hopes that they were going to do something, and maybe exceed some expectations. We were looking at the schedule to see which games that they would possibly be able to win and be able to lose. And they're doing basically everything unexpectedly. Well, they surprised us with that win against Winnipeg last week.
Yeah, you weren't going to do that to Hellebuck twice.
Sure. Okay. Then we thought they should win against Columbus. We thought they should win against what was the other team? New York.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're just not getting the wins that we thought they would. And then we kind of expected them to lose today, but they gave us false hope.
They gave us false hope.
Yes.
This is what this team does. This team likes to do things to give you that temporary, bit of life, and then take it all away. Things such as scoring 3 goals or more without Hoglander and Pettersson in the lineup. Doing things like that. And even, scoring 6 goals.
Yeah. And also bringing back Demko and him looking like he was ready to take us somewhere.
Yeah. And it just not happening right now. Like that math that we're doing right now, it's where I said we needed to get to 92, 94 points. Like, if we even have any chance, it's got to be a lot more than that.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, right? At this point where we are looking, it's, all the tweets and everything, they're pretty much saying, they're not mathematically out, but no. It's looking pretty bleak at this point.
It's looking pretty bleak.
Yeah. So thanks you guys for joining us, whoever you have. We will get to your comments. We just want to have some stuff to unpack, I suppose. All right. I was watching the game while I was doing open houses today, and it was we had some hope. There was some hope.
They did get the lead.
Yep,
they got the lead. Pia Suter scored a nice goal, but they were being heavily outshot. Right? I mean, maybe not heavily, but they were getting outshot. They were being outplayed. Like pretty much, Winnipeg had majority of the ozone time, right?
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah, and that's not very sustainable. Okay, but so what after this? What kind of schedule do we have left? I guess you can look at that.
Yes.
See what we have.
I think we play Seattle on Wednesday, and then I believe we play Anaheim on Saturday, if I'm correct.
Okay.
So. And then I think the game after that is Vegas. So I think that's the 3 in a row right there. But our games in hand, we're not taking advantage of them either, right? Like, we should have beat Columbus and got that point. Like, it very Canuck-like to squander a 3-0 lead and a 5-3 lead. Very Canuck-like.
Very Canuck-like.
Very Canuck-like. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And today, this is one of those games that if you lose, you had to get a point. This is one of those games where you had to get a point.
Yeah. Oh, and that Columbus game the other night.
Yeah,
My
so
goodness,
it's Columbus, we got 2 points, and Winnipeg, we got 1. Like, it's a lot easier to stomach because we'd be 3 points behind and not 6.
Yeah.
Right? So it's pretty tough.
Okay, big L. Yeah, see,
Yes.
like the last time we did something. Well, we were here and we were riding the high of this win, of the Winnipeg win. Lost against St. Louis. Well, no one's beating St. Louis right now, anyways.
Well, I mean, if there's any really dumb silver lining, we're the only team during St. Louis's 9-game winning streak to take a point off them, I think.
Yeah.
But that's nothing.
Yeah.
Rangers
loss was disappointing.
That was one that you had in the bag.
Yeah.
And you blew it.
Okay, and then the win against New Jersey. Man, that we're riding a high on that one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a
we're
very...
like, okay, if we can beat New Jersey, then... See, this one when we were losing to these two teams, St. Louis and New York, we're like, what the fuck, man? Why can't they just... They're supposed to win these ones, and then they win against New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Finally, they start behaving and winning against New York.
Yes. And you think that they're on the verge of another 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
You start off with a 3-0 lead, right? And then 7-6 shootout.
What a thriller of a game it was, though.
Very back and forth.
Yes.
Very back and forth.
Yes. And anytime the Canucks can survive overtime without losing, it's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay. But couldn't get it done.
Couldn't get it done. And then
today, 3-1. Yeah, even Demko couldn't save us.
No, and Demko played pretty well too.
Yeah.
So what is that? So in this stretch, let's count here. From the win, from the Chicago win, they pretty much played every other game, right? From Chicago every other day. Well, this one was a back-to-back.
Okay.
So pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Out of the 9 games, that's a possible 18 points from playing so many games. They have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 points. They had 10 out of a possible 18 points when they were pretty much playing every other day. And if this wasn't the end of the season and this was like mid-season, beginning of the season, we would have said, hey, that's not bad for playing every other day.
Mm.
But because we are where we are now, this is not acceptable.
Well, I guess it just speaks to how much of a shit show the season has been. They didn't do themselves any favors in the first half of this year.
And this is why they have this hole here.
Yeah.
This is the hole that they can't dig themselves out of.
You guys did this to yourself.
This is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Okay, so for the rest of the year, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games left. Maybe 2, 3 of them, they can get points.
Seattle, Anaheim, Sharks. Those are the 3 you're thinking of, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think so. I do believe that this team can get 1 win off of Vegas. They play them twice. I think this team can.
No, they did against Winnipeg. So
right? So I think they can. Yeah. That might be 4.
Yeah.
And I think depending on how much they have left in the race by the time they play the Wild, that could be a game that they're hungry and they could win because, desperate teams are hungry, right? So maybe, I'm being pretty optimistic to say that they have possible 5 out of 8 games that they could win. That's like pretty optimistic, but everyone already knows that's probably not happening.
Guess you've taken your positivity pills today.
5 of 8. And I say this knowing that the Canucks have to go pretty much 7-0-1 in their last 8 games, and both the Wild and St. Louis can go 500 and still be ahead of us. St. Louis goes 4-3. Minnesota goes 4-4. Even the Canucks go 7-0-1. It's pretty much done. So are we mathematically eliminated? No, but
that's this gap here, man.
It's pretty much.
It looks pretty big.
It's pretty much done, man.
And St. Louis is 9-1-0 in the last 10.
Unbelievable.
They are world beaters right now. Jordan Binnington coming off the 4 Nations.
He refound his goaltending, right?
Yes, rediscovered his playing ability.
Yeah.
his dominance.
Yeah.
I mean, we
What
have
a
we
shit
we have
show.
a game in hand on them. Okay,
Just
but
one.
that
So
doesn't
that's
really
still a
help
4-point
us.
swing, right?
Yeah.
And that's if
Yeah.
you win that game.
Yeah. Oh, look at this! They're the goal differential plus 17. We are just sputtering in that, and no one here in a red negative, double-digit red negative, is in the playoff picture.
No.
All right.
Let's I just want to say this right here. We're just gonna go up and take a look. Let's only care about the Canucks right now and not any team below us. If there's any sliver of hope, the Canucks do have 2 very winnable games. The Seattle and Anaheim, on paper, they should be able to win.
Okay.
They somehow squeak out that win against Vegas. That is 6 points.
Okay.
That is.
Yes.
There's St. Louis, Minnesota, and Edmonton. Okay? Edmonton doesn't have Draisaitl or McDavid right now, which is part of the reason why their record isn't that great
Well, they're
lately.
still 5-4-1 in the last 10. So
Right?
what have they?
But yeah, their record isn't as great. You know that Minnesota's schedule is pretty tough. St. Louis is the one that has the easiest schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But if any of those teams lose 2 of 3 and the Canucks pull off another like a 3-game winning streak, getting all the points, there's a conversation.
Sure.
That's the only thing that I would say. But the Canucks have to win the next 3. Like this is like 100%. You got to win the next 3.
They got to come into Seattle and Anaheim and just, they can't. I don't even think they can go to overtime, right?
No.
But does it matter?
No. They just. It's better that they win in regulation, but let's be honest here. They're not winning any tiebreakers. If they're going to make it to the playoffs, they have to beat the 9th place team by 1 point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Okay, well, it's never over till it's over. Okay, until you're mathematically out, there's still hope. Can't say that with a straight face.
Try to be realistic here. I mean, just in case some fans still want to hear some slither of hope, I'm
sure,
providing
yes.
something.
We can provide some way of willing it forward for sure.
Right,
okay.
Some way. But I'm telling you, if I had to really put money down or something like that, that it's not like I'm keeping my money on the Canucks not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's just being realistic here.
Well, you know what? Okay. It would have taken a minor miracle for them to make it happen this year. Just so much shit just happened. There's so much shit to overcome.
Yeah, I heard I heard Talkit might not want to come back because he thought about all the drama that's been happening. There's literally drama like every other week or every week, and he's like, do I really want to be here for all this shit?
And as a coach, like. You want to be coaching men, not boys.
Well, and he even said, he's like, hey, I came from a place where I coached Crosby, the greatest player at the time. And I watch him do stuff in practice and whatever. Now I have to tell Pettersson how to have good practice habits and how to do all that. Like I'm not here to tell $11.6 million how they're supposed to do.
He didn't say that directly, right?
No, this is some Rick Dollywall stuff.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
So
anyways, okay, well, yeah, that's how the picture's looking, guys. I mean, it's the truth, and it's the reality of the situation. Okay, there were some things that we wanted to bring up over in Canucks Twitter that was all over today. Let's give it some context.
Let's give you guys some context.
Okay, so Jeff Patterson today. Canucks go 2-2-2 on the road trip, 6 points in 6 games. Started trip above the playoff bar, now 6 points back. Effort certainly wasn't the issue. Some solid individual efforts, but pretty much needed 5 wins, and that wasn't likely to happen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious, Jeff Patterson. But it does,
it does paint a picture.
It paints a picture.
Yes.
What the knuck? Without Elias Pettersson, Nilsson, Philip Cheadle, and the flu that has hit the players, you cannot knock the fort from this current Canucks roster. Should have won against Columbus, yes. But they let the game go, and tonight we're going to be tough win. Playoff chances are bleak.
What the knock? 100% agree, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep going, okay, just keep going.
Okay. Canucks and Laramaki played 122 in the third period. Interesting.
What did the coach? I mean, maybe the coach doesn't trust him defensively, but he said he was trying to find him more minutes. And when you need more scoring, what do you have to? Like, what do you have to lose?
Well, obvious. I would guess that he had just had some defensive blunders.
Oh boy,
right?
that's
I mean,
crazy.
Talkett likes to. If he doesn't see what he likes defensively, he parks you on the bench.
Yes.
Jason Gregor, Canucks and Flames not mathematically eliminated, but they are done.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
See, listen to this.
If St. Louis only goes 4-3 in their last 7, and the Wild go 4-4, Vancouver has to go 7-0-1 to get in. Calgary has to go 8-2. It's not happening. Only races remaining in the West are seeding position. See, here's Jason Gregor. Here's someone who is giving us reality. Okay.
This is literally reality.
The only reason I'm saying this is okay is because I'm still getting fed by certain people and there's people out there. Yes. Hey, let's just be positive. You can make it. You know what? I'm trying my hardest.
We are trying. That's why we gave these scenarios.
Yes. Trying our hardest to be positive. Okay. And make sure we take our positivity pills. But, I'm just not one to feed myself lies.
7-0-1.
7-0-1, okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, they could potentially. You know what? I shot on them, and before they beat Winnipeg, and I said, "There's no way they're beating Winnipeg," and they went, and they did. So,
well, we've had like 4 miracle games this year.
Yes,
you need 7 miracle games in these final 8. That's a lot to ask for.
It is, especially with a team that's having mega difficulty scoring. Yes. So, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And management needs to have a great off season. Yes, they do. 100% they do.
Yes.
Enough of bringing in mid players. I know it's easier said than done, but Patrick Allvin and JR need to have an off season similar to what Washington did. Keeping Besser UFA past the trade deadline was dumb. Could have used that assets for top 6. Well, yes, okay. Hindsight's 2020. At the time of the trade deadline, we were still in good playoff position. All right, it's easy to say this now.
No. They weren't doing that great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so today's stats, man, 24, 27 shots on goal, pretty close.
Yeah, even with Ratu in the lineup, the faceoffs, they Winnipeg still had the edge.
Ratu has been he has stepped up.
I'm impressed.
I've noticed him the last few games.
Playing very smart,
very poised. This guy looks like he's been in the NHL for a while. So,
okay.
He's a bright spot somehow.
Okay, look at the hits, guys. Sherburne must have had 25 of them.
50
you can't say that this team is weak or not willing to make contact. I think that the guys are doing it. I think the problem is they're not. Even you dish out 50 hits, doubled in Winnipeg. You still don't have a Zadorov-like player to punish people when they take out everything on Quinn Hughes.
Yeah,
they're hitting, which is nice, but Hughes is still getting bullied out there.
50 hits is a lot.
Yeah,
in a game.
Sherwood had half of them. I'm telling you,
I'm sure he did.
That's crazy.
Block shots, 11 for them. Giveaways and takeaways. Okay.
Yes.
Winnipeg leads 2-1. Man, okay. Then today's game, and they were ahead going into the second, right? And I was like, can they really do this?
Yeah. I was like, fuck, they got to hold them off 1-0?
Can they beat them twice?
Can they hold them off?
Wow. But spoke too soon.
Oh, I pulled this one up just for fun. But
it's been a struggle in Vancouver without Elias Pettersson. Vancouver's 31-32 with Pettersson in the lineup. 3-7 without him in the lineup this season. Well, I mean,
I love these. These are awesome. Oh my god.
I would hope so that this is the case.
This is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I guess we're trying to grasp at any straws at this point.
I found this one and I was like, okay, we have to talk about this one. This one's awesome.
This is a good find.
We're literally talking about a team that's less than 500 with Pettersson, and they're 30% without him.
The laughing stock team of the NHL just continues to give you material.
Yes, that's crazy.
Okay, so let's hit some comments here. Let's see what people are saying here.
Want to hit some comments?
Let's hit some comments. Hi, Swervin. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you.
What's up?
Time to eulogize. Yes.
The playoffs.
Yes.
That's probably what he's talking about, right?
Yes, probably the season.
Yes.
Eulogize the season.
Yes.
It was quite the roller coaster of the season. My goodness, Canucks.
Dude, that's a rest in peace to the Canucks playoff chances for 2025.
Yeah, I got the proverbial tombstone and the. Okay.
Dude, it's over.
1, 2, 3.
Season ender.
Oh, see, that's the sentiment.
Yes, I think so. I mean, this morning I put out that poll, and people still believe they could win, or they can still overcome all those playoff odds. Remember, I showed you, like, I put it on the story, and yeah, like after tonight, it's got to be less than that. Like, our playoff chances right now, by the way. Well, it went from whatever it was, 20 something. Now we're down to 10%. It's 10% now, guys.
I mean, all my Canuck group chats today, it's over. Season's done. It was quite the unanimous feeling after today.
Yes.
Chin up, guys. Well, we're trying. We're trying, Swerve. Where is Pedersen when we need him? Well, yeah.
This is why we kind of pulled this one up. Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay. How many times did he get hurt this year?
Pedersen?
Yeah. Twice.
He's got two or three times, and every single one of them was day to day.
So what happens when you don't come to training camp prepared? Okay. So what happens when you don't train in the offseason like you're supposed to? That's the story. That's the stories out there, right?
Yeah, and then he thinks he's too good.
Yeah. I was thinking about this just now. It's fine to base your happiness on Canucks wins, but not to base your sadness on their losses. Wow, profound. Swerve.
That's some deep stuff.
Profound, Swerve. That's pretty wise words.
Very wise words.
Mm-hmm.
This guy just wants us to feel good about them, right? So
Canucks emotionally edging you since emotionally edging.
Yes.
Yes. They we've practiced. Canucks have allowed us to practice edging a lot. Fuck. And we've also had a lot of blue balls from them too.
Unbelievable.
What's there to look forward to now? Well, when's Pedersen going to come back?
When's Hoglander going to come back?
Can I know? Can Demko go the rest of the season without getting hurt?
Okay, can Demko get another shutout in there?
Okay. Well, they haven't relocated yet.
Oh. Yeah, this team's got to. Oh man!
If the Canucks move to Quebec City, I have a Nordiques jersey in the back that I could wear a full time.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to lose this team.
Still not as bad as that. Canucks just shut down Quinn Hughes to tank. See, okay, yes, I've heard this one.
The playoff spot, like to get a better pick, because right now you're in that mushy middle, and you have a couple % chance just to get into the top 3. You can't even jump from that last non-making playoff spot, like the 15th spot. You can't even go from there to 1 anymore. They changed the rules.
There's no point in tanking at this point. There really isn't.
No, you think ownership will let you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think that you still want to sell as many tickets as they can for the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Aquilinis.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
Man.
Damn, wait, you look defeated. Cheer, we still have a draft to look forward to. Yeah, drafting middle again. Drafting 10th, 15th overall. What are you getting?
Well, if I'm going to try to be positive right now, this is what I'm going to say. Management maybe drafts around 15th, 14th, like you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully they find a crazy pick where everyone, passed on, and they found a guy at 14. I don't even know who the best guy you can find at 14 is, but hey, Quinn Hughes right now, who is 7th overall. For years, they were saying that he was good, but he wasn't the number 1 pick. Right now, I'm telling you, if you did a redraft, he is the number 1.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Like Shezhnikov and who's the other guy, and Darlene were the two that everyone's like, no, Quinn Hughes is not better than, but he's got to be way better than them now. That's getting a franchise player at 7 is insane.
Oh, I mean, that was a very good pick by us, obviously.
Yes.
Very few of Jim Benning's good moves.
Very few.
This was a season of tweaks. Okay, fine. The Canucks will be stronger next season since they identified and addressed many weaknesses. They haven't addressed anything, but the path forward is much clearer. Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, seeing some good positive lights here. Okay.
Yeah, Michael, I'm just gonna say this. You're right, and I agree with you. The Canucks, if you look at management, there's 2 times where they like to do a lot of their work. The biggest part of their work is always free agency. They always like to sign players. They always like to, go shopping, get their bargain bin deals. They like to do all that stuff, right? That's where they do all their stuff. That's management.
Okay, I'll say one thing. The path forward is clear. Is it though? Is it? Is this team good enough?
I think the path that's clear is you need the forwards. Because remember before, we were needing help on forward and defense.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think it's more clear that it's just the forwards that you need to fix.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows
we need scoring.
Right? It's weak. Willander's coming, but
since we're not getting it from Pettersson.
Yeah.
And who knows if Brock's going to be here next year.
No.
Canuck Blues, Rangers, and CBG game. Yes. They need those wins, man.
That's crazy. That's 4 points right there.
Yeah.
That's 4 points lost.
Not making it easy for yourselves, guys.
Here we go.
What is all those games should have won. Yes.
100%.
Today's loss was expected. Can't win them all. He's right.
Easy.
Okay. It was silly of us to think that we could possibly beat Winnipeg twice.
Silly.
Okay. I mean, they teased us with it today.
With the 1-0 lead.
Next season, the hockey gods grant them health. Look out. Oh, well, we can. You know what? Okay, Michael, we say that every goddamn year. Okay?
And last year was the only one that was really good.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Only last year.
Well, Demko.
I think they got most of their forwards and stuff. And defense were good.
This is the problem with being the most Western team. We have that disadvantage. We're always going to have that problem.
Always. Let's keep going.
With what players? Yes. If everyone plays as they're fully capable of playing, they're way better than they were. Okay, yes. I can't dispute that.
They are.
We agree. Okay. But then you have to have everybody firing at all cylinders.
Okay, let me ask you this question then. Because, Michael, you brought up a really good point. Just put it in the chat. If the Canucks had this exact team right after the trade deadline, but they had that exact team all season, is this a playoff team?
Without JT Miller.
Yeah. So without JT Miller, you have your Marcus Pettersson. You have the step up of Elias Pettersson on D, right? So you have DPD, Marcus Pettersson. There's no Willander yet, so you can't say. But the D's been upgraded, right? You got Quinn Hughes, Hronek, you have Mancini in there, and you have the offensive defenseman Derek Forbert lately. So you have that, and then you have your forward group of what it is right now with Hito healthy. Is this a playoff
Basically,
team?
everything relies on Elias Pettersson being the player that we expect him to be. And we haven't seen that player since when? Since the contract was signed.
Well, is this a playoff team if Pettersson was the Pettersson of the last 10 games before he got injured? Are we a playoff team?
He wasn't even that great.
Well, I'm asking you even that. Is that enough?
No, it's not enough.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He needs to be a world beater.
Yes.
Canucks are winning out by coaching opponent. Winning by out coaching opponents.
Are they?
Are they? Rick talking. Yes, he did. Yes.
That's awesome.
Do you believe the Canucks team is deeper than the Blues, Flames, and Utah?
Oh.
You're only as deep as your health.
I'm gonna say the Canucks maybe have better. I don't know. Do I even dare say better top end talent? But they're definitely not deeper.
No. I'll say this. Last year was awesome season off the back of a lot of career years. That isn't sustainable. Correct.
Yeah, look at how many Canucks have gone backwards. The only Canuck that's really gone forwards is Hughes, would you say?
Yeah.
All the rest of them are new additions like Sherwood. Yep. Oh, boy.
You can't wait to get that one. Keep the comments coming, guys. We'll get to them. Okay, let's go back to some of the other stuff you wanted to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or was it?
Okay. Odds are really stacking the Canucks now. Really, Rob? Yes. I mean, yes. Thank you, Rob. Upcoming games of relevance. Monday, Minnesota, New Jersey. Oh, okay. Calgary, Colorado. All very relevant.
New Jersey, you need your friends team to do us a favor.
Yeah.
And we need Colorado to do us a favor. Not that it really matters right now, but just do the favor anyways.
Come on, Detroit.
We need the Wings.
Come on, Detroit. This one.
Let's go, Utah.
Let's go. Yeah, I guess so.
And then
Minnesota, New York. Let's go, Rangers.
Let's go, JT.
Let's go, JT.
Okay.
Help the Canucks, JT, please.
Miller. Okay.
Seattle and Vancouver.
Okay, gotta win that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Okay, so I need to explain this here. I hope you can see this. If not, we'll try our best to make this bigger. There was a fan that made this and came up with the scenarios, but it's only against the Minnesota Wild. Okay. And I'm guessing they're thinking that the Wild have a tough schedule. So they're saying if the Canucks can go 7-1-0 and the Wild go 3-5, the Canucks will end up with 95 points and the Wild is 93. And not happening. Canucks
7-1-0. Okay, fine. Let's look at more realistic numbers here. Okay.
Let's keep going on. Canucks 6-2, Wild go 2-6, 90. No. Canucks go 5-3, and the Wild go 1-7.
Oh.
Canucks go 6-1-1, and the Wild go 3-5.
Oh, so these are the only scenarios that we will finish above the Wild, right?
There are only 7.
Okay.
Dude, the Canucks can go 3-1-4, and the Wild can go 0-4-4. What the hell?
Let's go back to that last one. Minnesota's playing New Jersey. Yeah, come on, let's go New Jersey. Okay, so this is what we got to be watching then. Okay, for the rest of the year. This is what we're watching. We're watching if Minnesota can fuck it up.
Well, why don't we open Minnesota's schedule right now and then just see if they can, how many they could actually lose.
Yes. Okay.
Really had to pull that one up.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
No.
I think you gotta click Minnesota. Give us a sec, guys. Minnesota Wild.
All right, New Jersey, New York.
Do they see this?
Yeah, pretty sure they do. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, New Jersey, New York.
Islanders.
Dallas.
Okay, that's tough. Okay, Sharks.
Flames. Us.
Okay.
It seems not that bad. You don't see many teams that are like, oh shit, yeah, they're
Okay.
Calgary. They can probably beat. San Jose will probably beat.
Yeah.
Dallas. Okay, fine. They'll lose to Dallas.
Okay.
New Jersey. Yeah, maybe they'll lose to New Jersey.
Okay.
And Rangers. I don't know. Come on, JT.
So maybe 4 losses. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So if we go back to this, 4 losses would be the last one. 0-4. Oh, they can't win anything.
Yeah, because right now the Wild only have 8 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Because remember what I said. If the Wild go 4-4, the Canucks still have to go.
Yeah, let's not forget the Wild can lose the games, but we can also lose the games too.
Yeah, it's not like the Wild lose 4 and then we're gold. It's Canucks still have to win.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, this is cool. This is good to see. It's good to visualize and to have kind of like a goal that we're looking at when we're watching the games. It's not like all doom and gloom.
Yeah,
all right.
It's possible.
Yes. Okay, manage me. We already saw this one.
Yeah, keep going. Sometimes.
What is this?
Wild and Blues lose all games. That's the prayer.
Yes. Hockey gods, please. I know I've sinned. I've been sinning all year, okay? But what do I need to sacrifice? What do I need to it's Lent.
You have to burn your Pedersen jersey.
Oh geez. That's what I gotta sacrifice?
That's your sacrifice.
I'd rather sell it for less than $200.
Ooh boy.
Oh geez.
That's awesome.
What's this?
Oh, we already did that one.
So we finished them all?
Oh, there's this one.
Too many times earlier this season, the Canucks played games where they lost out on key points. Yes. 100%. Combine the controversies, the injuries, and the bad overtime record. It's all catching up to them now. That's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Too deep of a hole to dig out of, despite some better efforts of late that included contributions from their AHL call-ups. Yes, okay. I like this.
This is so good.
I like this. Yeah, some of their AHL call-ups have been showing that there's hope for the future.
Yes, there's hope. And Manny's been a goat down there.
Yes. And
they have a 9-game winning streak in Abbotsford.
he wants the job.
Do you guys want him to have the job?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've been hearing. Like, Malhotra is probably... He's been working with all the AHL talent, so if Rick Tocchet wants to piece it, you know, I don't think that's a bad idea.
No?
I can't take credit for that, for hearing that, yes.
Let's keep
but
going.
that's something to think about.
Yes. Is there
But
more?
also, yes, like this, we can't stress this enough. It was all the bullshit that happened in the beginning of the year. I mean, sorry, well, in mid-season.
Yeah.
Right? It was kind of preposterous for us to think that they were going to claw their way back.
Yes.
Aturati, yes. Aturati, since being recalled, on ice, goals 4-2, shots 22-17, high danger chances 15-10. Corsi, 49%. Face-offs, 61. Scored 3 goals. See? That's what I'm saying. He's been impressive.
The stats back it up.
Yep. While having the least O-zone starts and most D-zone starts among Canucks centers.
That's pretty nice.
That's pretty good. What's all this?
I don't know.
Ratty, Bluger, Suter, comparing all the different centers.
Oh.
Okay. Defensive zone starts.
They didn't put Amon down there. Oh boy.
Oh, Amon. Oh,
they
he's
do.
the Lana one.
He's flatlined.
Yeah.
Dude, poor Amon, man. Why you gotta
Nils.
do that, man?
Poor Nils.
Why you gotta do that to Nils?
Isn't this insane that this is our center depth right now? No. Heedle's the center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heedle's the center. Elias Pettersson. No Heedle, no Pettersson. This is what we have. And Aturati is outperforming everybody.
It's doing well.
Amazing.
Him and Suter are killing it.
Yes. That's it.
I think that's it. Let's go back to the comments.
Yeah.
We'll go comments heavy.
Well, yes, those are the tweets we wanted to share today, guys.
There we go. Do you want us to leave it on the screen or do you want it? Right?
Those teams have better players, but we have a better coach.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true. Blues won 9 in a row. Yeah. Vegas, Colorado, Dallas have been contenders every year for the last 5 years because they're built well. They don't need anyone playing out of their mind. Yes. It's
That's what depth is, right?
That's what depth is.
That's what depth is.
Their top paid players are playing like they're top paid players.
Yes.
The guys don't even have to play out of their mind. They don't have to have cancer. Tendonitis, popliteus issues.
Pretty much the drama.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yes. Well, like I said, injuries is nothing new. It is part and parcel of playing for the Canucks.
Yes, look at this.
Canucks can win the entire month of April and still miss the playoffs by 1 point. Wow. Now, I mean, it's like they're Batman in the well and they can't get themselves out. Not to mention the sprinkling of concussions. Well, who told them to sign or trade JT Miller and just sign a guy who had concussion issues?
They acquired Filipino and they checked the doctor's records and said apparently Filipino's injuries aren't as bad as people make it up to be. Look at it now.
Well, it was a dirty hit, okay?
Anybody could have got a concussion from that hit.
Yes.
Just too bad.
To be fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch. Once it's all over, the Canucks will sweep the remaining games.
That's such a Canuck thing to do.
Yep.
That is such a
you know the days when we wanted them to tank. Well, I wanted them to tank maybe like a few years ago.
Yeah.
They couldn't even tank properly.
You guys do know that the Canucks had like the first or second overall pick during the year that the Canucks drafted Ulevy. They just had to win like their last 3 games or something of the season when they were mathematically eliminated. They just had to do some stupid stuff.
Yeah. And
then they went to 5th and then they drafted Ulevy. Oh my God.
So when I was on Team Tank a few years ago, when I was sitting beside an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Right. And then his dad, they were both wearing Canucks and the end of the season. And then, I wanted them to lose. Right. Yeah. So I was telling the kid, so yeah, we want the Canucks to lose. He goes, why? because we want a better draft pick. His
Yes.
dad's sitting there looking at me. He's like, what are you telling us? We have to educate the youth, okay? And we want them to lose.
You got to teach them
We
that.
have to teach them young.
They have to know that losing's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes
it's
losing
sometimes
is
losing okay. And you know what?
Sometimes losing
The
is
way
okay.
that the league is built, there's no room for bullshit, okay?
Yes.
This is what we need to do. The Canucks aren't making the playoffs. Where position do you guys see them drafting? We earlier said, right? It's
You
like,
said 14 or 15,
well,
right?
middle of the pack, right?
Yeah, I would say like 13 or something.
It doesn't pay to be a team in what's it called between
They call this the mushy middle.
the mushy middle. What's under heaven before hell? What's the word? It starts with a P.
Paradise?
No. Okay.
Plains?
Oh my god! You don't go. There's a place that you go. If you don't make it to heaven, you go to somewhere. So that's where the Canucks are right now.
In the middle?
I'm with Irvin on this one. It's disappointing. It'll be disappointingly low. Yes.
Yes.
As is tradition.
Yes.
Okay.
Canucks like that.
Maybe the Canucks got rid of Pettersson. Maybe the Canucks got rid of Pettersson. Talkett will resign and have new hope with the number one center.
Great, but who will the number
Who's
one
the number one
be?
center? Phil Hedl? Anturati?
Dude, there's like no one available. Even if you win on the free agency, who's available?
Yeah.
You want Sam Bennett be your number one center?
James Moore, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
James.
I don't know if you've joined us before. Has he?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. It's
Maybe once
over,
or twice.
but it's okay. We've shown guts down the stretch. Hopefully we sign Besser, Suter, re-sign Talkett, go shopping for a center, and PD comes back charging.
Yes.
Our D&G is solid. I think we're close. I like this. Okay. This is the
James
kind of
is being
this
realistic.
is the kind of realism, but yet optimism that that makes sense. Okay. Optimism that makes sense is what we look for here. Okay.
Yeah, guys, we have like 15 million or something in cap space. If we re-sign Besser for like 7 and Suter for like 4 million, you got 4 million left to go spending in free agency, barring any trades. So with $4 million, what type of upgrade are you getting? Because even with Besser and Suter, you still need another 1 or 2 forwards, right? So Canucks have to do a lot of be really creative of how they do this.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean
that's insane.
It seems like this front office is pretty good at selling to players to sign here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, even after this season, they can do that because Suter, man, he's shown that he's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get like 4.
Yeah. If they bought out EP, it would. We did that on another episode. We saw how much it would cost to buy him out. Buyout calculator on another website, right? It was a ridiculous number.
Yes.
Somehow the defense got even bigger than last year.
It is bigger.
It is.
It's big and it's fast. Too bad they got it right at the later half of the season and not at the beginning.
The team is crappy with Pettersson and even crappier without him.
That is
See, that
is the truth.
That is the truth, and it's the sad truth. Okay. James Moore, scale of 1 to 10. What is your belief that will happen? It's a good question.
Good question.
1 being you're just overdosing on positivity.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't actually believe it. And 10, you actually believe it. Right. Hey, Jordan, has anyone ever told you you look like German World Cup legend Azul? Yes. I've been told this many times. I was in London.
Yeah.
Do you know who this guy is? Do you know who Azul? I should bring a photo of it. I should show you. Okay.
Show me.
I have been told this so many times. Yes. I know.
You have been told so many times?
Yes.
I didn't know. We'll find out.
Is it Ozil? Yeah, Ozil. Yeah,
Ozil.
Yeah, I know. I look like him.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. Yes. So I was in a bar in London.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was in London.
Damn.
And I had like 2 or 3 guys coming up to me.
Yeah.
Too bad they weren't girls. Ozil! He's pointing at me. Ozil! Yeah.
That's awesome.
But that's been compared to him many, many times. I know.
Hey,
maybe I secretly am a German soccer player.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And just
You're
don't want to tell anybody.
Yes.
Where's the mouse?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. totally am the Asian version of Zill.
Jordan.
It's not the first time.
Yes, sir.
Swerve and Urban, 40%. Okay.
40%.
All right. That's not bad. I called it early in the game. Winnipeg was going to mess around 50 minutes and win the whole game in the last 10. Yes, and that's exactly what they did.
The teams that are that good can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
That's
and you know what? That game that we beat them,
yeah,
they're probably just like, yeah, let's just let these guys
have their fun.
Have their fun today. Give the fans of Vancouver a little boost of hope. What assholes. Sorry, exact same team healthy or dinged up?
Oh, exact same team healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the power outage from Hronik because of his injured shoulder or whatever.
He's not laying those amazing slap shots.
Yeah. He hasn't been the same. And of course, like I said earlier this season, of course, after you sign a big contract, then you got your money. You know, what motivation do you have, PD? Dude used to have a cannon, but now we see a booing slap shot as often as a solar eclipse. Right? We maybe saw it like once or twice this year. Right?
He's continuing to rehab it for sure.
Yeah. The hockey gods got to him after that. You're going on holiday soon, chirp.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, from Hronik, right?
Yeah, to Calgary.
Or so you're going golfing or something.
Yeah.
Purgatory, yes, that's the word.
Yes.
That's the word I was looking for.
Purgatory.
Yes, that's the one. I know what I said above was kind of negative on the team. I would be more bullish on the team if we had more prospects and draft capital. We don't have any of that. And us being in purgatory, we're not going to get anything more.
Yeah.
This is the the problem with the problem starts of how well we did last year. Okay. And then not filling up the cabinet or filling up the wardrobe with enough replacements.
We signed like 80% of our free agents during that year, right?
Mm-hmm. But
like,
not the key ones.
The key one, dude. Like we were seeing signing after signing after signing, and then we're waiting for Zadorov's name to drop, and it doesn't drop. Right? Then the next Zadorov news you get is Alvin saying that he's not re-signing with us. Like what the? I'm still bitter about that one.
It has been a lot of fails on all fronts this year. But you know what? Like, guys, we have to. It's a 32-team league, right? I mean, it's for us to be expecting high octane playoff hockey every season it's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic. At the same time, you have to at least build a core that you can build off of, and it seems like we keep changing.
Yeah, and not to implode the whole core.
This is crazy. Like a couple of years ago, we had like Bo, Pettersson, and Miller, and now you have like a 1/4 of Pettersson, maybe. That's even being generous. Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, I gotta get Zill off my screen because I think I'm looking in a mirror.
Okay.
Calvin, wait, you did a video of mapping out PD's contract? What's the video called? You guys can link it. We didn't map it out, but there was a website that you can go to. Let's see if we can find it.
Is it
what was it?
It was on Puckpedia, I believe.
Or yeah. Puckpedia.
Yeah.
Canucks.
And we were playing around with it.
Yeah, here. Cap projections. Depth chart?
Don't remember exactly. But
let's go to Pettersson.
He's on injured reserve. Oh, the buyout.
Oh, wrong Pettersson.
Oh,
yeah. But it's called the buyout calculator.
Yes.
Where is it? Buyout calculator. Here.
Right there.
Here.
Yeah, right here.
Buyout calculator.
Right there. Elias Pettersson
where?
On the right. Or
yeah, but where does it say the
current
contract?
Go down, yeah.
Buyout. Total cost $38 million.
Remaining.
That's a shit. Yeah.
And you go down and then you take a look and it'll tell you everything for each year. How much he's owed.
Annual buyout cost.
Absolutely insane.
We just have no choice but to ride the wave of Elias Pettersson.
You have no choice.
No choice in the matter.
Which is why people say you trade him before there's no trade clause kicks in, otherwise, or no movement clause. Otherwise, it's over.
But no. Him and Quinn are bum buddies. And Hoglander.
Yes. Okay. Let's exit that.
Yes, Lekaramaki, Willander, and Pettersson are knocking on the door, but we need more than that. Yeah,
we do. You need top 6 forwards and top 4 defensemen knocking on the door.
Remember what Botch used to say? We need an army.
Dude.
Jason Botchford, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Miss you.
Who was the one that said that it still holds true? Like for a while, like somebody said, like we had like a sea of Granlands or the hills of Highmore. When we had Matthew Highmore, that's all. Our team was like full of that when we didn't have any scores. Remember?
Sounds like something he might say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now we have a slew of PDs. Irvin did call it.
Yes. Calvin.
You guys are.
Yes. Here we go.
Calvin is 32 years old.
Thank you for being here, Calvin. Let's go.
Realize stay in Russell Stream that we're surrounded by literal children. In Russell Stream. Yeah. Oh, nothing is perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Why? My only concern is Canucks ran out of time signing anyone during free agency. We run back with the same core. Yeah.
That's why the Canucks like to re-sign their players, but they haven't really tried to let some players go that should be let go and then use free agency money to get those replacements. They don't really go down that route. Like what's ballsy is if for me, what's ballsy is if they let Besser go and they sign Ehlers. That's ballsy. That's gutsy. If you can pull that off. Right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying like that's something the management hasn't really been able to do. They like to add to the core. They don't really like to subtract in that way.
I think it's not just I don't think it's management that is guilty of this. It's ownership.
You think ownership it's not going to let that happen? I think ownership just cares that you have a strong team year in and year out.
Exactly. They don't want to use the R word, the big R word.
It won't be though. If you let Besser go and you have Ehlers, I think that's an upgrade for what the Canucks are.
Yeah. So we're still in retool.
Right.
Right.
But I'm just saying, even the Canucks aren't even able to do this.
What's Ehlers' cap hit like?
I don't know. Maybe it's 7. Like next year, like his new contract's supposed to be cheaper than Besser's. Apparently, maybe he'll get 8. Maybe they're just a straight replacement.
This is pretty good. Tanking is not an option, according to Michael. You want to keep Hughes from leaving? Sitting him out and go tank goes against every fiber of his being. This whole thing about making sure you keep Hughes happy, I get it. Okay, I get it. We do need to. I think it's more than a big chance that he's going to want to play with his brothers.
They had a chance to get his best friend Josh Norris here, and they didn't get the job done. But imagine they do get him. That might be a chance.
You can only keep him so happy and not and continue to not win for so long, right? I think he's going to go want to play with his brothers unless somehow we miraculously pull off Brian Burke and get the brothers here.
Somebody said to throw an offer sheet at Luke Hughes. Get him here, and then you can find a way to
start, right? But they're probably going to want to play in the States since they're American, right?
Yeah.
I like chatting with Russ, but I might block all those kids.
That's hilarious.
What?
I said Pettersson is 1/4 of Pettersson because I said the centers were gone.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hughes is a generational defenseman. We've been very lucky to have Quinn Hughes.
That's the one guy that we drafted that you can say is like literally number 1 pick of a generation. I mean, the Sedins were 2-3, but you could literally say they're 1-2, right? Like,
can you imagine if Quinn Hughes was not playing like up to his expectation, like someone else?
Dude, we'd be in so much trouble.
It'd be hellfire and brimstone.
Yes.
Oh, this is on Puckpedia. Yes.
Yes, sir.
But we painted ourselves in the hole with the JTOL trades and other draft misses. Yes.
This one hurts.
Yes, it does.
This one hurts. The OEL one hurts so bad. Vigo, Roussel, Erickson. We just had to let it go for 1 year. Why get our Garland and OEL? I mean, Garland's okay, but still. OEL. And then you buy out the guy, and the one guy that still shows on your payroll is the guy that went and left and got a Stanley Cup after you ditched him. The only guy on payroll that has a Stanley Cup.
I never understood why Jim Benning had such a hard-on for OEL.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, but
we can try to keep Hughes, but we need to build him around props. What is that? We need to build around him, yeah.
don't go down.
Yeah.
He means properly.
Oh, properly. Okay. This year, we are the Bay of Julians.
Bay of Julians.
What does that mean?
You got to explain that one.
Yeah. This year, we're the Bay of Julians. Ehlers will get $9 million.
Wow.
It's a lot.
I don't know if I'm paying $9 million for
exactly.
Ehlers, oh boy. But it is a thin free agent market. That's probably why, because it's him and Bennett for centers, right? So it's pretty thin.
Quinn doesn't want to go to Jersey. He wants a cup before his brothers. Does he?
Well,
has he said that?
No, but I could believe that. Exactly.
Okay, well, wants a cup before his brothers?
It's a Roman Reigns line.
No.
Believe that.
He's like the Michael Jackson of hockey. Who,
Oh,
Quinn Hughes?
No. The Bay of Jewel.
Oh, well, Juleson. Ah.
No, they said Julians. I was
Okay,
laughing.
okay.
Okay.
OEL $4 million will be hitting us for the next 2 years and a few millions after that. Good God.
Is it 4? Yeah, it is.
God, it's so gross.
It's
disgusting.
killer.
Bay of Julesons.
Yes.
I can see Brock Nelson signing here. Oh, no. No, isn't he old?
He's 33 or something like that.
He's I get he's good, and he made you at Team USA over our Brock. But
Oh man, I'm not interested.
Man.
I'm not interested in this.
That.
Not interested.
Okay,
well, isn't there a stopgap player on the free agent? Isn't Matt Duchene available? Like he'd be like a 1 year stopgap. Be okay with that for center if you need a stopgap. Like you can have stopgap guys, just don't have older players for long term, right? So, right.
I hope the days of signing old veterans, after their prime. I hope we don't do that. Let's not do that.
I think it's okay if you're stopgapping it. You rather suck, or would you rather have a veteran that can somewhat contribute? Like a guy like Matt Duchene used to be like a 80-point guy,
Yeah.
And then you can get him for like 40 points. That's still a lot better than what our team is, right?
Yeah.
So
I like.
yes.
If we ever rebuild, you guys will still be fans.
Painfully, yes.
Of course, yes.
We'd just be watching the draft lottery and all that stuff a lot more.
Yeah.
100%.
We'd probably still be fans, yes. We want the team to win, but okay, I'm guilty of not being the best fan when they're losing. Okay, I don't always watch because I can't stand watching our team lose.
It's tough.
You can call me a bad fan whenever you want, but
Tough.
it's very tough.
Keep going.
Quinn and Jack and Luke are pretty much the favorite, more so than Jack and Luke.
Yeah.
Quinn said Jack and Luke are pretty much the favorite.
Mhm.
Okay. And the reason why I think Quinn wants to win a cup before the Brothers, also they are competitive.
They're all very competitive. Yes. Ryan, let's see here. Ryan says Duchene won't want to come here. Is there any history I'm missing, or is it just a hunch, Ryan? For 1 year, Duchene or Tavares? Is it because you're making that face because Tavares is on the Leafs and you don't want him?
I've always been a fan of Tavares.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I've always liked
this is a good
Tavares.
reaction.
He's old though.
Remember what I said?
Okay, yes, but okay.
But yeah,
for one season only.
maybe 2. 3 is too much. 2 is good. 2 is good.
I'd take Tavares. I've always been a fan of Tavares.
Yes.
Are there any RFAs that might be worth overpaying for?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I haven't really done my restricted free agent homework, but I will do that for next time. I don't have one in mind. Nope. Not right now.
Yes, we'll definitely go to Clay's stream after.
100%.
We strategically went live today between Rev and Clay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to do it right.
Yes.
This is the reason why, because I know about the stat that you're saying, Swervin. Right? We can only get our RFA between this amount and this amount for sure. I mean, one's like the cap, and two, something else has to do with our draft picks, right? We have to have our own draft picks to make certain offers.
Forgive my ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
RFA as in restricted free agent?
Yes.
You mean, how would we do that? Offer sheet?
Yes. So the higher the money that you give, the higher the compensation you give to the other team if they don't match you.
Mm.
Right? For example, I mean, it won't happen. I'll use Connor Bedard as an example. Connor Bedard is the RFA, and you give him like 10, 12 million plus or whatever, let's say, and the max compensation is like 4 first-round draft picks. If Chicago, for whatever reason, says that the Canucks are offering too much and they don't want to match it, then the Canucks will get Connor Bedard, but they have to give Chicago 4 first-round draft picks as compensation.
Right.
But the lower the price, right? Sometimes it could be like you got to give your first rounder and second rounder, or a first, a second, and a third rounder.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who would be?
Well, we might do what Swervin just asked, or someone at 11.4 million plus. Those are the only contract we can do with our draft capital. Exactly, Swervin. Exactly. Google Puckpedia offer sheet tracker. It shows what your team can get. Ooh, let's do that. That's actually pretty cool. Let's try to do that, Swervin. You came up with a good idea. Yes, we still got 10 minutes anyways before we jump ship to Clay's, but we want to do this so that the people can see.
So what are we looking at? Where do we go?
I think you have to find something about restricted free agents. Oh, down there, offer sheet tracker, right there.
Restricted free agents.
Yes, but then I think you still have to you click that, and then you somehow have to click. You have to pick the team. Pick Canucks.
It says all teams.
Yeah. You want to pick Canucks specifically.
Oh, so it's who they can pick?
Yes.
Available. Okay, picks available.
Is this the screen, Swervin? Because we can see that this is what we could do. Or is there a page that lists specific things? Like something specific, like, oh, you can get these players for this price. Because I was thinking to just go to a RFA like website.
Above 11.4.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so we're only eligible to sign someone above 11.4?
Yeah, but keep going down. There's a range.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
2.
Yeah, keep going. The Canucks are somewhere here. So the Canucks can sign someone below
1.5,
and then maybe go up a little bit. There might be another one somewhere.
2 to 4.5. That's what
Swervin was saying. Yeah. So that's
wow.
That's why I looked at it and I'm like, who are you really getting out of there, right? Like, it's pretty difficult, right? I mean, I'm a fan of restricted, free agents. I'm a fan of doing this because that is a way to, get somebody. It's kind of like a trade or a forced trade or a conditional trade, I guess. Pretty cool.
Isn't there a way to see who's a restricted free agent?
Not on this.
No?
Maybe. I mean, you can also just go to Google and type in restricted free agents.
Yeah, well, maybe
2025 or something like that. Yeah, let's keep going. Swervin says this is exactly it. Thank you, Swervin.
Okay, well, yeah, we've got 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes before Clay's stream. So next game is Seattle.
Seattle on Wednesday, and then on Saturday it's Anaheim, and then we play Vegas after. So if we pull off that 3-game winning streak, which it is possible,
Mhm.
they are getting a bit of a break. Right? They've been playing every other night, right? So they actually can take a break. And who knows, guys? Maybe Pedersen and Hoglander are back. Maybe they're back. I heard that they've been skating. Maybe you guys know the same information too. So if they're back, it is possible that they can win 3 straight. It's possible. Possible. I mean, you can already see what they have been doing without Pedersen and Hoglander. Now, if you add them back in, theoretically, they should be doing better. Yeah.
To see what the thing is, players coming off of injury, it'll take a little while to get going.
Oh, man.
That's
so BS. It's so true, though.
What are they doing? Why are they both injured?
I don't know. But they are at home. Is Vancouver gonna fly them out? Oh, Canucks just ended their homestand, Calvin. So on Wednesday, I think it's a home game. This was the last of their road trip. So if the Canucks are already at home, they're just waiting there to play. They're just practicing, unless I got it wrong. But I think this was their last game before coming home.
Which game should I go to? So my dad's offering me for my birthday to bring us to go to a game. So what games is Holmes Blue? Seattle, Anaheim, Vegas, Minnesota. Well, the Minnesota one on Saturday night.
That could have some meaning. I think you should go to that one.
Yeah.
I think you should go to that one. I mean, it could already be over by the time that game rolls
Definitely.
around. It could already be mathematically eliminated by then. You guys see the white on the schedule? This is probably around the area where we could be eliminated.
What, the away games?
Yep. Just look at that schedule. Right? Look at that schedule.
This is quite the daunting schedule. Okay, those 2 Vegas games, Minnesota one, Dallas. Man, like this week here, the second week of April, that is a gauntlet.
That's a gauntlet. But like I said, trying to be positive. They could win 3 in a row. They get some momentum and somehow eke out something against Dallas. Momentum has a way of doing things, right? So, like I said, that's only if we have to win 3 in a row, though. We have to win 3 in a row. So daunting.
One game at a time. One game at a time.
One game at a time. We have 8 more left, right? So
Seattle. We didn't do very well against Seattle this year.
Hopefully take a break and we're good.
All right, so maybe I'll go to the Minnesota one. Anyone want to go to the Minnesota game? Let me know. Yes. Do a live in-person meetup.
Yes.
Matthew Nyes is RFA. Can slot at 4.5 million or less.
Can we go here? Can you kind of open a new tab?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you type in Matthew Nyes forecaster? KNIES. And then type in forecaster. Yeah. And then he should be right there. Yeah. So let's see what type of player Matthew Nyes is. Let's take a look, Michael.
If it'll load.
Yeah. Apparently he likes to play games.
Anyway, so while we wait for that, we will thank you for joining us tonight, guys. This was impromptu, but yeah, thank you for being here. We'll probably go live again later on in the week. Either we could do it after Wednesday's game, see what happens.
Well, Wednesday's game?
Yeah.
Well, everyone else will go on that time. It's a home game, right?
Yeah.
So
there's not really any room for us.
Not really.
What, Saturday is the best?
Yeah.
How come this thing's not loading?
I have no clue. We can't even see how good Matthew Nyes is or not.
Maybe he's not that good, so he's not.
So the page is not loading.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Okay, well, since that's not loading.
Well, it says do something Friday night. I mean, I'm game if you're game, but
Friday night, I am in the midst of the playoffs in my hockey team, and it seems like I have a game at 10 p.m. So maybe you can go solo.
Okay.
Here we go, Matthew Nyes.
Matthew Nyes has 25 goals this season and is making $925K.
Toronto.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go here. This is a scouting report. The Arizona-born power forward has good size and skill, offering intriguing blend of power and finesse. Excels along the wall and knows how to get the puck into good shooting position. He was good enough to make the U.S. Olympic team as a college freshman. He has an underrated scoring touch. He long range potential, a talented complementary forward. That is the scouting report on Matthew.
So
Knies.
how much for him?
900. What would his offer be?
No. It says 4.5 mil.
4.5.
Here.
Yeah. 4.5 mil or less. Would you give this guy 4.5 million? This guy seems to be
25 goals?
Yeah, 25 goals.
24 assists.
Does
48
some
points.
Does some power play stuff. Yeah.
How many points does Pius have this year so far right now?
Pius Suter?
Yeah.
We can do the same thing. Type in Pius Suter. We got 2 more minutes and we're going to go on Clay stream, guys.
Pius. Oh, how come he's not coming up?
I don't know. Just type in Suter. Right there. You had it. Just don't move. Right there.
Bunch of us must be going on this site to look up people. He's so bad his page won't load. Exactly. Those stats are inflated by his line mates.
Yes.
Okay.
Arizona
Fair.
These Austin Matthews bum buddy, I take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, and if he's
Get
on the screen,
put Simon Holmstrom on the screen next. Pius.
Okay.
41. Oh, no.
41 points.
Where's his this is not his points, is it?
Yeah, he's got 21 goals and 20 assists. Oh, he got one today, right?
Okay.
So he's at 42 points.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You want to
so is this nice guy? Is he a lot better than Suter? I guess.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want to type in Holmstrom and we'll move. One more thing, guys, and we're going to go. Thanks, Calvin. Right there. Hopefully you're not trolling us, Calvin. Let's take a look. No problem, Calvin. Again, I don't know what's with the site, but everyone seems to be doing this.
The Canucks.
Okay, Holmstrom, 17 goals, 21 assists, 38 points. Natural with the puck on a stick, loves the playmaking role. High IQ. Okay, must get stronger.
He needs to become a better player when he does not have the puck.
Okay, talented playmaking winger with good upside. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, these are two guys that I've heard of before too.
Is he a RFA?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Okay, well, it is now 11 o'clock, guys. Thank you again for joining us today on Canucks Uncensored, your number one destination for unfiltered, honest. I got to get better at this. Candid. Non-mainstream. You should do it. And, of course, uncensored commentary about your Vancouver Canucks. Thank you guys for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you like our content. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. We'd love to see you guys and give us some comments. Peace out.
Yep. And stream. Here we go.